Hello and welcome to another MaintenanceROS tutorial. In this video, we're going to give you an overview of how to manage and upload files. This is an incredibly powerful feature that can help you thoroughly document the work that's been done on your boat, or perhaps leave yourself instructions, pictures, or even video to make doing the work easier. Let's dive in. Starting out on our dashboard, but let's go ahead and come over to the equipment page, and we're going to talk about attaching files to equipment first. Today, let's focus on my port engine. I'm going to go ahead and view this equipment, and now on Starry Horizons we have Volvo Penta D255F engines, and the very first thing I want to do is be able to upload an owner's manual that I'll be able to reference in the future. Now anywhere you see this kind of paperclip icon, that's where you're going to be able to upload files. So let's go ahead, attach the file here. So I've got my tutorial files prepped and ready. I'm going to go ahead, upload this D255F owner's manual. Got a nice little icon that'll show you just how long it's going to take to finish uploading that video. So a little bit of patience required, but in the meantime, let's go ahead and attach files to the piece of equipment as a whole. So I know there's all kinds of documents that might go with a piece of equipment. For Volvo Penta, maybe you have a workshop manual or technical details that you'd like to be able to reference in the future. You can attach that to this piece of equipment, and each time you want to come into MaintenanceROS, it'll be available for you. So owner's manual is done. Let's go ahead and attach. I've got some technical data that we can use as a reference in the future. Now, anytime you would like to see these files, very easy, just go ahead, click on them. And if they're a picture or a PDF or even several different types of video files, we'll be able to show and play those for you. So now I have got all the technical data, can view that whenever I'd like. Come back to our equipment page, and if you notice on the right hand side for all these file icons, we've got these three bars. This is going to be kind of the additional information side menu. Pull that up. You can choose to change the name of the file. It's going to show you the file ID within MaintenanceROS, when you uploaded it, file type, if you want to add a description, and then down here we have got what it is attached to. So right now it's attached to the port engine, which this is where I would like it to be, so we'll leave it that way. But say, for example, that you wanted to keep this file, but you didn't want it to be attached to this port engine, you could detach it, which would leave the file in your account, but you'd no longer see it on this equipment page. And if you choose, you can open the file or even delete it from here. That's gonna cover that menu pretty well. Let's go ahead, close out of that, and come down here and let's talk about attaching files to a task. I'm going to say I was very productive today, and I replaced the engine oil and oil filters here on my port engine. So let's go ahead and view this task. We're going to go ahead and mark it as completed. And in the past, whereas you may have just hit this completed button, now I'm going to go ahead and choose to add some notes or a file. I'm going to note that we use some Shell 15W40 oil, which would be helpful, so if I need to remember in the future, I can continue trying to use the same oil. And I've got a couple photos that I took for when I actually did this change. So one here of the oil and the filter that I used, and then one of the actual oil filter here on the engine. So we're going to go ahead and select both of those, open and upload. And now I have very recently uploaded this metric for the port engine, so I don't need to update that. So we can just wait for the files to finish uploading. Now they're done, come down and hit save. Now I'd like to go ahead and show you a couple more things about files within tasks. So I'm going to cheat just a little bit. I'm going to come down here and show what I most recently did. And I'm going to choose replacing the engine oil and filters for this port engine. Come back, and rather than looking at the specifically completed, I'm going to go ahead and come back to the task itself. Now, if I come down, I see the run-through history. We just completed this task, so this is today's date. Mark says completed, and it's going to tell you that there are two files associated with this completed history. which is really, really cool and powerful. So it's going to show you as you complete these tasks and add files, you'll be able to see which run-throughs have files associated with them. You can click on this 2 files and even see which attachments are there. So if you're doing something on a regular basis, you're inspecting something and just want to keep an eye on how things look, this is a great way to be able to actually look and see what progress, if there's anything developing that you need to keep an eye on. So I really like that. Let's go ahead and come back to the replace engine oil and oil filters task, because there's another really powerful thing that we've got here for you. Just like you can attach more files and documents to a piece of equipment, you can do that same thing for a task. Say, for example, that you've got some specific instructions or maybe even a video that you've downloaded on how to do something. If you have a video how to replace the engine oil and filters, I can come down here and attach a file to this task, which I'll be able to see every time I'm supposed to be doing this task. As a matter of fact, I've got a nice little oil change instruction video that I have downloaded before. So I'm going to go ahead and add that to the task. And as soon as it's done uploading, every time I come into this, I'll be able to see it. I'm saying that a lot, but I just think it's really cool and powerful to be able to have all that information at your fingertips. So we'll wait just a second for that to finish uploading, and then we'll continue. That's now done, so I think that's going to be a pretty decent overview of how to handle files for pieces of equipment, but then also tasks. But that's not the only place that you can use files and attachments within MaintenanceROS. You can also come over here to your checklists page and attach files as you run through a checklist. So let's go ahead and say, for example, I did a rigging inspection today. I can go ahead and start this rigging run-through inspection checklist. And I'm going to go ahead, I completed all these tasks. Note, this is an example. These are not the only things that I would have on my rigging inspection checklist, but I can also come down here and attach a file to this run-through for the checklist. Say I was up at the top of the mast, took a picture of the halyard swivel. I can go ahead and open that. Again, be a little patient, wait for it to upload, and then we'll come back. Doesn't take too long. Ready to continue. Going to go ahead and mark this checklist as done. And now, looking at our run through, this is the specific one that we just completed. You can see the file is attached to this run through. And also down here in the run through history, same sort of thing. It's going to show you that there has been one file attached when you ran through this checklist on, today was May 9th. So I can click on the file and see what the file was attached. Again, I just think it's so cool and super powerful to be able to look at that run through and just see very quickly what files you have attached to those. So we've kind of now shown you how to use files and attach them in the various parts within MaintenanceROS, but how about managing and seeing all of them at once? You can do that as well. Over here on the left-hand drop-down menu in your boat settings, we have a Files menu. Here you can see all of the files that you've uploaded into your MaintenanceROS account. You can see how much storage is being used, how much is your total storage available to you. You choose to upload more files. You can search for files that you've uploaded. And again, just like we showed earlier, if you click on any of these files, it's going to take you to these kind of side additional menu, information menu. You can choose to delete files here and manage everything within MaintenanceROS. That's gonna wrap things up for this video. So thank you so very much for watching. If you have any questions on how to manage or upload files, please leave a comment or reach out to us at support@MaintenanceROS.com. We've got lots more development and features planned, which means more tutorial videos, so keep an eye out for those. Bye, y'all.